Good morning. Okay, let's start. So yesterday we started with the unit number 2, its subunit, that is block diagram reduction. In that we were discussing about different rules. How many rules we have seen?
5 rules.
5 rules we have seen. First rule was telling us a cascade, means if suppose two blocks are connected in series, then what to do. Then second rule, which was telling us a parallel connection. When two blocks are connected in parallel and one summing point is there, then what to do. Then we saw feedback loop. The parallel loop The parallel loop which we saw was also known as feed forward loop. Feedback loop, which we have seen, is also known as a feedback control system and closed loop control system, and how to eliminate that feedback control block into one single block that we saw. Then we saw moving a take off point forward, and we just started moving take off point back. In that we saw, means we will continue with that same point. The diagram which we saw is like this. Suppose R of S is the input and there is C of S as output. From that we have taken one takeoff point. Here G of S is there. This point is our takeoff point. Then what was the result? Means if I want to shift that takeoff point from this position to, let's say, here. So what was the answer? I am transferring that takeoff point as shown in the diagram. So what was the rule?
Moving takeoff point backward.
Moving takeoff point backward, that is rule number 5. Perfect. So what was the result? Means I am asking, if I want takeoff point here, if here G of S is there and C of S is there, like this, then what is the change you should observe?
Add G of S to the new takeoff point.
J of S. J of
You have
S.
to add here
J
G
of
of
S.
S, so that you will get same value, that is C of S, whatever signal is as a output, that you will get from the takeoff point. We have added this new point. Then next, in the same, we have to consider another point. In the same rule we will discuss, if suppose system is like this, R of S is the input and here G of S as a function block, then we have here output C of S, and here is one takeoff point which has one H of S as an additional block. And here you can write as output, which is nothing but C of S multiplied by H of S. Now I want to shift this point to here backward from the original position. Then what do you think? What will be the answer? It is simple. What will be the answer?
G of S into H of S.
Yes. So what you have to consider, R of S as an input, and suppose here I want to transfer that point, I will take one takeoff point, and here you can write G of S and H. Sorry, I will make it big. So here G of S multiplied by H of S, this new block will come. So here original G of S will remain as it is. Here C of S output will be there. And after transferring, we have to add G of S extra as we did previously here. Same thing you have to consider if suppose there is additional functional block present in the example. Hope this rule number 5 is clear. This was yesterday's point. Now we will move for rule number 6. We have seen yesterday a concept of summing point. Summing point is used for summation of two signals. For example, if suppose same way R of S is input and there is one summing point as shown here, and from that summing point we are giving signal to G of S function block and we are getting output as a C of S. To this R of S, some signal is coming to that summing point. Let's say it is B of S. This is the given condition. And in some case, I want to transfer that summing point from here to here. I want to shift. So this rule is known as moving summing point forward. Here I will write moving summing point forward. Any guess what we have to do in this case? Means our answer should be here R of S. Functional block will be there after R of S, that is G of S. And after that, I want this summing point. So that you should get same C of S as output. So what will be the addition or what we should consider while doing this moving of this summing point? So what I am telling, what is happening here, suppose we will take same way as we did yesterday. We will consider, suppose R of S is 5 and B of S is 3. So what will be the output from the summing point? What will be the output from summing point here?
R of S minus B of S.
R of S minus B of S, perfect. Practically it is coming 2.
Yes.
IU minus 3. Okay. Then suppose here G of S is, let's say, 4. So what will be the C of S? What will be the
8.
4 multiplied by 2. 4 multiplied by 2, which is equal to 8.
2.
Now here
8.
also we have to do, means we should get answer 8 as a C of S. This should be answer. R of S is equal to 5 and whatever B of S is coming, it is also having same value, that is 3. So when I will get, means that G of S is equal to 4. Then how I will get 8? What thing I should do so that we can prove the rule? Means I can tell the rule directly to you, but that will not be better. If you understand by this way, it will be better for you to understand clearly. So when if we consider R of S multiplied by G of S, what will be the value over here? 20.
20.
I want 8. If I do, see, if I do only B of S here, so what will happen? 20 minus 3, it will come 17, which will not be our required result.
Sir, it should be 4 into minus 3.
4 into
20
next
minus 12.
20 minus
12.
12. It should be 20 minus 12. So when you will get 20 minus 12?
20 minus 4 into 3.
20 minus 12 I want, so that I will get 8. So I have 20. Okay, 20 is fixed. I want 12 as the output of this summing point. I am getting 3.
Sir, minus GS into BS.
Yes. So what I want, I have to
G of S into
add
G of S.
here G of S. Now what will happen? G of S is 4. 4 multiplied by 3,
4.
12. You got 12, which we wanted. So 20 minus 12, 8 will be our answer. So when we shift the summing point forward, so what we have to understand? The multiply the signal entering the summing point by a block, which is there after the summing point. If suppose, means we have to consider this also. If suppose another example of same rule, R of S is there, then we have summing point which is having same notification, then G of S is same way, we are getting C of S, same way, here G of S is there, then we are having summing point input as a H of S, and to that H of S, B of S is coming. So this is the condition, and I want to transfer this from here to here. So you may think, why to transfer? Why we are doing all these things? You will come to know these things clearly when we are solving the problems. In the problem solving, either of these rules you have to use. So what will happen if suppose this is the condition? It is same as we
G of S into H of S.
Okay,
Into B of
multiply
S.
with means
3. G of S.
Yes, yes, correct. I will draw. Just see. If I am wrong, let I know. Here G of S will be there. Then summing point where we have shifted it. Then C of S, and we have to add here G of S, H of S, where input is given B of S. So like that, if we adopt the system, you will get the same result. Rule is same, only addition of H of S we are showing in the diagram. Is the rule number 6 clear to all?
Yes, sir.
If it is clear, then what do you think? What will be the rule number 7? It is moving summing point
backward.
Correct.
Backward.
Summing point back to the functional block. So how we will show the problem? R of S will be there. After R of S, there will be a functional block, and after functional block, there will be our summing point, and after that, sorry, there will be output C of S, and to that summing point, any signal is coming. Let's say B of S, and now I have to transfer, I want to transfer from here to here. Okay. So what do you think? Let's see the example wise, so that you will understand what I want. R of s will be there. From R of s, I want here functional block. Sorry, summing point. And after that, there will be a functional block. And there will be C of s. And I have to make the arrangements. So for that, I will choose R of s as a 4, G of s as a 3, B of s as a 2. So what will be the conclusion from this? After G of s, what will be the value here? What will be the value?
12.
12. It will be 12. 1 second.
12 minus 2.
Yes. Correct.
10.
1 second.
Output is
1 second. I will write here. It will be 12, and here 12 minus 2, 10. I want answer as a 10. R of s is equal to 4. G of s is equal to 3, which is same. So what you should get? So here this B of s is coming, which is equal to 2. I will write in blue. If suppose we will not do anything, what will happen? 4 minus 2, it will come 2. 2 multiplied by 3, what we will get? Just what I am asking, what will be the correction factor we require to add when we move the summing point back? I have given all the hints in front of you. All the hints are there in front of you. I want what should be there inside the remaining things. After BS, what should be there? So that I will get the same answer. What should be the output of that block, that summing point, so that I will get 10 as output? What will be the output? Just hold. Sorry, HOD just called me. Tell me. काय करायला लागेल बोला पटपट. I have to take names otherwise. This is now 7th rule. Only 3-4 rules are remaining. Whatever things we have learned, from that I want answer from you. Meanwhile, I will record a attendance. So what I have to do? To get C of s equal to 10. No answer. When I will get C of s is equal to 10? When do I get?
Sir, 1 by G of s.
Yes, it is a tricky, and you should understand this. So what answer given is the correct, but how it is coming correct, that we should understand. Whatever answer he has given, it is correct, but you should understand how it is correct. For that, I will just insert his answer. What he said, 1 upon G of s. If I insert 1 upon G of s, means what? I have inserted 1 by 12. So 1 by 12, if I insert, it will get multiplied by with 2. So what you will get answer here? It will be How much? 1 by
1 by 6.
6. Now what will happen in the summation? That summing point, 4 multiplied by 4 minus 1 by 6. 4 minus 1 by 6 will be equal to what? So what will be the answer? Arey, 4 minus 1 by 6.
3.83.
Then 3.83 multiplied by 3, what will be the answer? Is it coming 10? Is it coming 10?
Yes, sir.
Sir, 11 point something. 11 point
No,
something.
sir, 11.49.
So what is the wrong? What is the wrong? What things are wrong? Where we are wrong?
Sir, 1 by
Now I
1
want
by
answer
GS
from you.
म्हणजे 1 by 3 ना.
Huh?
1 by GS is equal
Yes.
to 1 by 3.
Yes. By means I made that mistake to check who are alert. I have written by random anyway 12. I want to know, are you awake or not? And I just write 1 by 12 multiplied by 2 means 1 by 6, and you are giving the answers. It is not case, dear students. Just understand what we are doing. It is very, very simple and very, very important also. Anybody has to ask me from where that 12 come. Okay. G of s has value 3. So the thing is like this. So whatever I am telling, just understand, not only making the lecture on and not listening, it will not help you. Okay. So here 1 by 3 will be there. So the answer after this 1 by 3 multiplied by 2 will be 2 by 3. So 2 by 3 will be subtracting from 4 minus 2 by 3. So what will be answer now? What will be answer? 10 by 3.
3.33.
It will be 10 by 3. Now 10 by 3 multiplied by
Yes.
3, automatically it will give answer
10.
10.
9.99. 10.
Why? Why? It is 10 by 3. Keep it as it is. 10 by 3. 10 by 3 multiplied by 3 will be 10. So you will get the final answer, which is our required signal. See,
10.
by this way, it is not explained in any book. If you refer, they have given simply 10, 11 rules. How we can check our answer, that is the key that you should understand thoroughly. Then, as we know, the rule for the same, that is, if suppose g of s is there, means as previously also we have seen, so I will take this fast. So insertion of h of s, that is the only case. Here h of s is there additionally, that is b of s. So that will make effect as output will be, I will write directly. So r of s, we are shifting this summing point from here to here, so that what will happen, summing point will be here plus minus, then g of s, then c of s. So what do you think, what will be there in this block?
1 upon J of S into H of S.
H of s divided by g of s. Your answer is correct. Okay. So this was the rule number 7. Is this clear? Rule number 7. Then we will move for the rule number 8. Now remaining rules are simple one, where we are
पुन्हा एकदा शो करा.
बघा बघा. If suppose any doubt, let I know. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. We will move forward. Rule number 8. Now, rule number 8 is interchanging the summing points. Summing point interchange. How we are interchanging the summing points. Let's see. Suppose R of S is the input and there is one summing point. Okay. Where here is the positive, here is the negative, and another signal x1 is coming to that summing point, and this is given to another summing point where both are positive, and another signal x2 is coming, and out of that we are getting C of S as out. Now what I want to do, I want to interchange. This will be here and this will I want here. So it is simple, means don't think much, only we have to redraw and show as per their signs. Here positive will be there, and here x2 will come, and from that there will be another summing point where positive negative will be there, and here x1 will be there. So the answer will not change. What do you think? If I do this, answer will not change because only summation we are changing. It is not necessary to prove also. It is just moving from one side to another side. There is no any functional block present over there. This is the simple rule. Clear झालाय? Is this clear? Is this rule clear? Hope it is clear. Let's see 9th rule, which is simpler than this. Splitting of summing point. Splitting means what? If suppose there is a signal as an input and there is one summing point. To that summing point, two signals are coming. One is getting subtracted, one is getting added. Here x1 is there, let's say here x2 is there, and I am getting output as a C of S. I want to split this into two separate signals. So how to do? R of S is there. I will draw first summing point where there is subtraction, which is x1, and I will draw another summing point where there will be addition, where x2 will be there as a input to that summing point, and you will get C of S as output. So here what we are doing, we are splitting two summing points. Okay. Now, what do you think? What will be the next one? If splitting is there, then combining. Two summing points are there, we have to combine. We have to combine. Combining of summing point. So how it is done? It is exactly what we have done here. It's reverse from here to here. I will draw so that you will understand. R of s is there. One summing point is there from to which x1 signal is given. There is another summing point where x2 signal is added, which has positive sign. C of s is the output. And we are getting, if we want to combine, result will be, there will be only one summing point, here positive, here there will be negative. C of s. From here there will be x2, from here there will be x1, and R of s is the input. So here is the 10th rule where we are combining the two signals. Now we will see the last rule, which is not much important. We will not require it frequently. That is changing the sign of summing point. Means what? If suppose R of s is the input, here is the summing point which has positive sign, x1 is the incoming signal, C of s is the output. Now what I want, in some case, I want this summing point has minus sign over there. Should have minus sign over there. So what do you think when it is possible without changing the result? When it is possible, what I have to do? I want answer now. Tell me answer fast. What I have to do? I am changing the positive sign to negative sign. If I want to change the sign positive to negative or negative to positive, by which factor we are multiplying to this any system? You can type also -1. Perfect. We are adding -1 over here. Means R of s will be multiplied by -1, so that I am getting here minus R of s, and that minus R of s is coming to the summing point, minus R of s minus, it will become plus, and total you will get positive effect. And that is the last point of our rules. So is this clear now? All the rules are clear, I hope. You can type your answer yes, no, or any rule you want to repeat.
सर चौथा रूल तेवढा शो करा.
चौथा म्हणजे yesterday's lecture.
Yes.
Okay. So it is in front of you. Rule number 4. Just have a look. It is moving takeoff point forward. When we move the takeoff point forward, we have to insert a block which is reciprocal of the functional block which is in front of that takeoff point. Okay, that is the. Is it clear, Mahesh?
Yes.
So we will move forward for the problem. Okay, now 11 rules we have to solve a problem of block diagram reduction. I will draw the first. Now in these problems, for sake of convenience, we will not write that G of s and all these things. It is assumed that they are there. only we are writing G1, G2 like that. Now this is the problem, which we have to transfer into elimination and we have to reduce the diagram. So tell me, what will be the first step after looking towards this graph, looking towards this block diagram? Which rule comes in your mind very first, which you can utilize? Here I have small mistake, sorry, it is here. Okay, this is like this. So what you can do? This is the problem. Now we are applying all the rules you know. So what we can do first? Let's observe or remember what we have considered. So let's start from G1. After G1 there is G2 and G3. What are the conditions of G2 and G3? How they are? G2 and G3?
Parallel condition.
They are in parallel. Means we will concentrate on this first. When these things are in parallel, so how I can reduce now? R, here it will be remaining same. In exam also you have to do like this only. G1 will be same. Okay. And G3 and G2, what will happen? By the parallel law, they will combine
G2 plus G3.
G2 plus G3. Then afterwards, there is everything you have to do stepwise. Don't change the steps. You have to show the steps so that it will be understood to you also.
Sir. Sir, G2 plus 3 झाले.
Sorry. G2 plus G3 and here
G.
Okay. Hope it is correct. Now this is our next reduced diagram. Okay, where G2 plus G3 come into picture. Then what will be the next? What you can do? Observe G1 and G2 plus G3 block. How are they? I am asking about this.
Combine.
These two I am asking.
Combine.
We can.
G1 into G3.
Sorry. It is hang. One second. Is it visible? Yeah. What is happening now? We can combine.
G1 into G2 plus G3.
Perfect. Means after that, what I can write are this is plus minus as it is. Now here new block will be there where G1 multiplied by G2 plus G3 will be there. This summation point will be same. This G2 will be same. See here, these things are same. Then this will be also same.
Sir.
Correct?
Sir.
बोला.
सर सेकंड नंबरचे जे साइन आहे की नाही प्लस मायनस त्या पुढे G4 आहे ना H1 च्या वर.
हो.
G4 पाहिजे.
G4 आहे.
G2 G4 पाहिजे.
Here G4. Sorry. Thank you. Then what we can do next? then what we can do, I will draw, you tell. What will be the next step? Which block we can eliminate? Which block we can combine now? Tell fast. Which block we can combine? What is about that G4H1? Which condition is there?
Feedback loop.
It is this. I am
Feedback loop.
asking about this. This is
Feedback loop.
feedback. So what we can do, let keep this as it is. That is G1, G2 plus G3 as it is. Then after eliminating this, what will be the result? Feedback loop
G4 upon 1
G4
plus
upon
G4 upon
1 plus
1 plus
G4.
G4 into H1.
Perfect. Okay, and it will C. Remaining is as it is. Then what will be the next? Now what happened? These two are coming in series. These two are in series, no? Then we can multiply those two. It will be big block where G1, G2 plus G3 multiplied by G4 divided by 1 plus G4 H1. This will be one block. And one remaining unit feedback. It is also called as a unit feedback. Now last step. What will be the last step? For that, let's say it is a G. Then what is the answer? If suppose that is G, means our feedback loop will be like this: G, C, and here means here 1. Sometimes 1 is also not written. So what will be the answer? G upon 1 plus G. Correct?
Yes, sir.
This is the reduction. Okay, so our final step will be what? R of S, if I want, I will write like this here only. So what will be the answer? G G
Upon 1 plus G.
G1 G2 plus G3 multiplied by G4 1 plus G4 H1 divided by 1 plus G1 G2 plus G3 multiplied by G4 1 plus G4 H1. Everything will give the C as a output. Then it is expected that you should simplify this, means making the cross multiplication, all the things you have to make it simplified. That thing I will not do now because it will take much time, but this is the expected simplified block diagram from given block diagram. Like that you have to solve the answers. Is this problem clear? Is this problem clear? Okay. So what I will do, I will start with the another problem. This will be the last problem for today. R is the input. Here plus minus. After that there is a G1. Then there is one summing point. After that summing point there is G2. Then another summing point is there. After that there is a G3. After that there is a G4. After that output. Now from this output to one summing point H1 is given. Then to this summing point from here H3 is given as a feedback, and to this summing point after G3 signal is taken and H2 is given as a feedback. Now this is the problem which we have to reduce. So what we can do? I will solve half problem. Remaining half problem, it is expected that you should complete. I will give all the hints. Within 5 minutes also we can solve this problem. So I need answers from you now. Look towards the problem carefully and tell me how we can proceed. Which block we can eliminate. Try to apply the rules. So first hint I will give you, look towards G3 and G4. Can we combine those? G3 and G4 can we combine with given condition? It is possible to combine? It is not possible.
No.
Because there is one take away point. Here is the take away point. So that G3 and G4 we cannot combine. But suppose I shift this take away point here. By using our take away point shifting rule, what will be the answer? Now what I will do, I will make change in this diagram only. Okay. I will not make the new diagram so that it will not be time consuming. So if I want to shift this, what I had to do? I have to shift, I want to shift this point to this. Sorry, it will not have arrow here. So like this. So what will be the change in H2? If we want to shift take away point forward, what we have to do? H2 divided by G4. This thing we have to do. And if suppose you don't understand what to do after, means if you don't remember the rule, use our previous theory. Our previous theory which we are using numbers. Means I will just redo the things. This is the thing. Suppose let's say for this condition only we have to apply. Let's say G3 is 4, G4 is 3. Okay, means H2 is getting what? What H2 will have? 4 value. I want value of H2 as a 4. If I suppose shift this point, what will happen? What will be the value of H4 now? H4 will be 4 multiplied by 3, that is 12. H2 will be 12, which I don't want. I want the H2 will be equal to 4 only, and it is possible when I divide it by 3. Means we have to divide this H2 by G4. So that I will get 4. In this case, now what happened? G3 and G4 are coming together. We can combine those. So we can combine. What will be answer? G3 multiplied by G4. Then what will be the next step? What will be the next step? What we can do? Observe this. What is this condition?
Feedback.
Feedback. It is feedback. So what will be the means? What in that case? What we are doing? We are eliminating that summing point. Means this feedback we are considering. So what you will get answer? This everything will go. And what will be remaining there? G2. There was G3, G4 divided by 1 plus G3, G4, and it was H3 over there. That H3 will be remaining. Then what we can do next?
Again combine G2
We
and
can combine G2 and that big block.
G2 and G3.
G3, G4, that big block.
Yes.
Means
Yes.
here we can add, here it was G2. Like this. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Then,
Yes.
then the remaining part you have to do. Okay. Up to this part I have explained you. You have to complete this. And remember, I am giving the assignment today on previous chapter, means previous lesson, that is linearization. That assignments you have to complete in this week, plus this problem remaining as a homework. Okay. In the previous lecture, we have seen the rules. Before that, we have seen linearization of operating curves. Based on that, I will give 2-3 problems, and normal linearization problems, I will give 2 to 3 problems. That will be assignment. Remember, the assignment structure will be little bit different. You have to solve the assignment, find out the answer, and you have to give the quiz, which will be multiple choice quiz. You have to select the correct answer. That you will understand when it will be on the Moodle. If suppose there is any doubt in Moodle operation, you can call me, you can message me, but you have to complete all the assignments and all other tasks on Moodle. Especially in some videos, I have given quizzes incorporated. Means in between the videos, some questions are coming. You have to solve those questions, means give the multiple choice answers, and at the end of video there is submit button. Then and then only your activity will be marked as a completed. Some of the assignments pending from my side for checking, that also I will do. Your attendance also will be marked with respect to this lecture also. That Google Sheet I will share today. Last 2 lectures I have not shared. That all 4 lectures attendance I will share today. And in the next lecture, we will solve some more problems based on this block diagram. With this, I will stop this lecture.